Hello and welcome back to the JW Thoughts channel. My name is Wally and today we are looking at the 2022 annual meeting. Last time we got the huge revelation of a TV show that they just released, and suspiciously, every single character in that show looked exactly like me.
Oh my God!
Who could really put a finger onto what's really going on here? But anyway, don't forget to drop a like on this video, subscribe to the channel. We are 400 subscribers away from 10,000. So basically my goal was 1,000 in the first year, 10,000 in the second, 25,000 in the third, and 50,000 in the fourth. So let's see if we can hit those goals and see where the channel can go from here. But thank you, very much appreciate all of you guys jumping on board and appreciating and enjoying the content. So we'll keep going. Anyway, with all that being said, let's do this thing.
Well, we always enjoy hearing from our dear brother Hurd.
Yeah.
So what's he going to talk to us about today? Well, he's going to talk on the theme, Are You a Joyful Person? Brother Hurd, please.
We will be mighty spirit creatures, fighting alongside our warrior king, Jesus Christ.
So last year at the annual meeting, we will never forget Samuel Hurd's talk because it was an absolute whopper. He claimed that him and the governing body and the other 144,000 are looking forward to the time when they are resurrected to heaven because they get to fight alongside Jesus in killing billions of people on the planet. Anyone that's not a Jehovah's Witness, they are going to come in with their magic swords and just start whacking people off.
It was at this moment that he knew. He fucked up.
Whacking people off? Why I am the way I am. Anyway, I kept this in there just because I think now we're seeing the transition, right? Okay, last time he was talking about war and fighting. Now, let's talk about peace. I'm just going to make a quick prediction here that this might be one of the most boring talks ever. And if it is, don't worry. I got you covered. We'll skip through or speed up what we need to.
The need for speed.
When you think of your brain, view it as a box that contains all sorts of information, good and bad. When you think of your heart, view it as a bottle that contains only good information. Now listen to this vintage old 1950s Joy dishwashing liquid soap commercial. Joy in a bottle beats anything in a box. True joy from the heart beats a head full of knowledge.
So there's a box with a brain in it. Well, no, the brain is the box. And that thing has knowledge, some of it good and some of it bad. Now, there's a heart, but it's not a heart, it's a bottle. And that heart bottle is like the 1950s commercial. Better is a bottle than a box for dishwashing liquid. Therefore, you should be a happy, ignorant person and not worry about putting any knowledge in your head. Welcome to the 2022 annual meeting, ladies and gentlemen.
You pass another person and he or she says, "How are you?" You smile and say, "Good." Your back, feet, and legs are killing you, but your heart won't let you give a negative answer.
He's trying to make this general point about how our heart, our figurative heart, is more powerful than anything that we might be experiencing in our lives. And in order to prove this point, he says, well, you know, when your back hurts and someone passes you on the street, you don't say, "God, my back hurts." That has nothing to do with your figurative heart. All of that is a social norm. It's socially normal to be like, "Hey, how's it going?" "Good. How are you?" "Good." Most people don't be like, "Hey, how are you?" "Well, my wife just left me. I stubbed my left toe and my cell phone just cracked. How about you?" Like, it's just not what normal people go around the world doing, or I should say in the world, or at least in the social area that I and he live in. It's just not a normal thing to happen. So that's what his evidence for this point he's trying to make. It doesn't make any sense whatsoever. So I think basically the goal of this talk is to just get Jehovah's Witnesses to think to themselves, being a Jehovah's Witness makes me happy, because I've been told it makes me happy. Therefore, that happiness is more important than any physical pain or any facts and knowledge that might go contrary to the belief that the Jehovah's Witness doctrine makes me happy.
He's called the happy potentate. Potentate is a powerful ruler, yet he is happy.
Shout outs to Sam Hurd. One of my favorite expressions is an omnipotent potentate. And anyway, I wouldn't think that he had that in his old lexicon. One thing I noticed was they didn't show him walking up to the stage or anything. So this is obviously pre-recorded, and they're like showing things, the scriptures he's reading on screen. So I just found that to be a little bit curious that he couldn't come out and actually give the talk, maybe health reasons or one thing or another. But anyway, basically what he's trying to say here, or the point he's made, I've cut it out, but Jehovah and Jesus are happy workers, are happy omnipotent potentates. So therefore you should be happy as well.
Housewives and mothers, rejoice in your work. Husbands and fathers, rejoice in your work.
All right, guys, here's 5 ways to tell if you're a sexist.
A Sam Hurd talk wouldn't be complete without breaking down the modern American family as being a wife, a woman that stays at home with the kids, and a husband that works. At least he's consistent.
The best husbands are happy husbands. The best mothers are happy mothers. The best children are obedient children. Are happy children.
Just think about this joke that he makes right here. A picture in your mind, or actually just right here, one set of kids. Now picture another set of kids. I don't know where I'm pointing. When you see these two things, which one would you say, yeah, that one's better? Yes, that one's more optimal. I don't really know what he means by the best. And this one is just sad. And it's not funny to be like, haha, yeah, the best kids are the obedient ones. I don't get this guy. The jokes that he makes are just weird.
You can sing in the shower. Just make sure no one's listening. Count your blessings. Bathe in the joy that they bring you.
Boo! Did you get his joke? You can sing in the shower and then bathe in the... Too funny. Mr. Hurd, absolutely too funny. He is talking about singing. Singing will make you happy. He has a weird part in there about slaves and how they would pass the time from the misery that they were experiencing by singing. But his advice for wanting to be a happier person here in 2022 with all of the evils in the world is to fake it till you make it, listen to 1950s TV commercials, and sing in the shower. Yep, that's what Jesus wants you to know. Jesus spits out his words of wisdom. The governing body eat it up and vomit it into the mouths of Jehovah's Witnesses, and that's the best you get. Makes perfect sense to me.
Keep in mind that prayer will produce in you joy. You're not alone. Jehovah is with you. He can see you and hear you from heaven, wherever heaven is located.
So next on the list of things you can do if you're not feeling joyful is pray about it. Now, this one is difficult because I was someone that fully believed that God was, in fact, listening and looking for opportunities to assist me in my life, and therefore I prayed to him all throughout the day. Now, the thing is if you're praying to God all the time, and the result is that sometimes you feel happy, sometimes you feel sad, sometimes things work out, and sometimes things don't work out. you can remove that prayer entirely, and the result was exactly the same. And I soon came to realize, okay, all of this praying I was doing, it might have offered me some good in the fact of like doing self-reflection, because I think that's really important for people to get out of your own head and try and look at yourself as if looking at yourself from the moon or something, right? Get that broader perspective. Okay, what's really going on here? And so I do think there are practical benefits in that way, but it's not necessarily that you're praying to a god or a deity. Anyway, I just think that this advice isn't that productive necessarily, and I do understand why people pray and that they do feel benefits from that, so I'm not like harping on anyone. I'm not trying to yuck your yum. It's your time. Do what you like.
Try to remember the box. Put your mind to it. And the bottle. Put your heart into it. If you are a joyful person, thank Jehovah. If you are lacking joy, work on being more joyful. Remember, Jehovah wants you to be nothing but joyful. Let's make it our aim to please Him with joy.
So I found this conclusion to be rather interesting, apart from the box and the bottle, but I thought that was funny, so, we had to bring it back. Now that we're here at the end, he's like, so if you're a joyful person, you should thank Jehovah. I suppose he's implying that Jehovah had something to do in order to make you a joyful person, therefore you're thanking him. And if you're not a joyful person, therefore Jehovah's not helping you to be a joyful person, then you need to work on it. You need to put in the effort to figure it out. And then once you put in that effort and get there, then thank him for not helping you. Do you see the little trick that is going on here? It's creating this relationship where they want people to be blaming themselves for anything that's going wrong and thanking Jehovah for anything that's going right. So what do we do on this channel? We replace Jehovah with the organization because the governing body does that all of the time. So we do it as well. So they want you, if you're experiencing anything positive or good in your life, thank the organization. That makes you happy. Remember, being a Jehovah's Witness makes you happy. And if you're not experiencing any joy because the organization isn't helping you, blame yourself. And remember, you need to be loyal. If you ever want to be happy and live forever, you need to put in that hard work to be joyful because the organization likes joyful workers. Truly fascinating conclusion to this pre-recorded talk. But yeah, there's Sam Hurd at the 2022 annual meeting. Not as exciting as it was last time, but he did provide us with some good laughs. I think this video will be kind of short, so maybe we'll include another talk and let it ride.
No.